Hello. Today we are talking about mastering digital marketing for online success. There is no better time to be online than it is today. And we want to make sure that when you are online, that you are intentional, you're strategic. And I want to share with you some really good tips and strategies that are going to really help you get visible, help you gain leads, help you build community, create better content for your target audience. So welcome to She Boss Talk. I am your host, Shantae R. Roddy. I am bringing in my audiences. Shout out to everyone that is viewing from YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Shout out to all of you all. I ask that you do share out this video, right? So there's so many entrepreneurs and business owners that really need help with their digital marketing, especially women. And so that is why I'm talking about this today. I'm going to be talking about my journey as well. There's no better example than to share your own story. So I'm going to be sharing my story. I invite you all to share your stories, any tips and tricks that you have for the viewers who are tuning in today. I welcome to share. Also, let us know who you are in the comments. Where are you hailing from? What is your business? We welcome you if this is your first time watching us. If you're enjoying our content, be sure to subscribe. Give this a thumbs up because this way more people get to see it and we get to continue sharing valuable content with our community that is going to help us to be able to be more successful in our business, to build wealth, and to create a legacy for generations to come. That's why we are here. So thank you all so much for joining. I think everyone is in here. Just want to remind you again, if this is your first time tuning in, we have resources. So I have like a whole series throughout the spring and summer that is lined up. And in every video, you will find resources that are specifically for the topic at hand. So like we're talking about marketing today. So in the resources, you will find marketing tools, resources like master classes, tools that I use that help me be successful that I'm sharing with you all today. So you can find them in the description. I will also follow up in the comments. And then you can also go to our bio. So we have a link in our bio, no matter what platform you're on, that you can get these resources as well. So again, thank you all so much for tuning in. Let's get right into it. Don't know how long I'm going to be here today, but I do invite you, if you have questions regarding digital marketing, this is the time to ask them. If I don't get to them during the live, I would definitely follow up. One thing that we started doing is sending out reminders to our email list, and we have a form set up on our email list when we send out the show that we're going to have a show, and it allows them to ask any questions that I can then talk about or answer here live for them or for you. So I invite you all to do that too. So if you're not on our email list, you might want to do that because they're the first ones to get all of the updates. So, and then if you are joining from any of our communities, just check the community wall, the feed, the timeline. You will also find many, many, many resources for small businesses there as well. Okay, so what I'm going to be talking about today is we're going to be unpacking essential digital marketing channels. So I'm going to be talking about that, sharing some tips on creating, engaging, and conversation-based content, and that content that resonates with your audience, and then discussing some measurements and analytics tools. This is something that we talk about every day with our team because we are digital marketers. We understand that if we are going to tap into more leads, if we're going to get more customers and more clients, we have to take advantage of this online space now more than ever, especially since COVID. Now is the time. So if you're not really leveraging social media, if you're not leveraging digital marketing tools, this is the time to do it. So let's start with social media, okay? Because this digital marketing spans more. It's not just social media, but social media is a big aspect to it. And I don't know if you know, but social media, being online is still relatively new. And not only is it new, it's a very powerful tool. You have billions and billions of users across multiple platforms on a daily basis. You have on YouTube, millions of videos being uploaded to YouTube like every hour. So that goes to show you the power of social media. Not only that, one of my peers said the other day, and it is so true, we have about between 5 and 10 years to really maximize the opportunity on online without having to pay money or pay a lot of money. Because right now, the biggest thing is that these platforms are free to us. They are free to us. So now is the time to take advantage of these social media platforms that are available to you. Now, you let me know, what platform do you hang out on? Let me know in the comments, where do you hang out at? And where you hang out at, is that where your target audience is? That's important. The first thing is knowing your target audience and where can you find them? Where do they hang out? Like an example is Snapchat. More likely you're going to find younger people on Snapchat. That's not to say you won't find Gen X or any other older baby boomers on the platform, but there are certain demographics that resonate with certain platforms, that the content is more catered to them. So it's important to find out what those are. And it's simple as just researching, navigating the platforms and inquiring like with your people, with your audience of where they are. That is a part of helping you determine where you're going to settle in at. It's important too is to not to get overwhelmed, feeling like you have to be all things to everybody, because that's not going to work. That you have to be everywhere, because that's not going to be effective either. What I recommend is finding one platform to start, because many of you are new to this. Find one platform and master that one platform, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Pick one and master that platform. Now, you can have presence in all places, but you really want to hone in on one particular platform where your audience is and really go hard there. I mean, go all in. It's going to be so important. Now, for us, our main two platforms are Facebook and YouTube. YouTube is our number one platform. And it was right before COVID hit at the end of 2019. I said I was going to get serious with YouTube. It had been in my mind. I said I was going to do it. You know how it goes. You're going to do it. And I hadn't done it. And when I made a commitment to do it, this is how you know you made a commitment, is when you prioritize that thing that you say that you want and that you're going to commit to, then you start to prioritize it. And I did. So I moved my channel, everything from my other channel that was not really, I wasn't doing it, I wasn't consistent with. And I started the YouTube channel. So I had already had She Boss Talk on Facebook. I said, I really want to leverage YouTube, because let me tell you, YouTube is the number one platform for video content. YouTube is the number one platform for video content and making money on a platform. It is the number one platform. Okay, so remember that. But I got super serious and committed, moved everything on there, said, okay, I'm going to set a schedule for myself and I'm going to be consistent. And it didn't matter how many viewers were there. I started off with 0. That's where everybody started at. And it went up from there. Okay, it went up from there. And to my surprise, I got committed at the right time, because I did not know COVID was going to hit. And when COVID hit, everybody was forced to be online. Not only was everybody forced to be online, and they were forced to be in their house online. And so the uptick in increase in who was viewing on social media went skyrocketed. So if you took advantage of that, you were going to be real successful. But I didn't even know. I didn't even think like that. I had no idea. I just started sharing content, got my schedule together. And next thing I know, I went from 0 views to 50 views to 100 to 1,000 to 10,000 to 20,000 to 50,000, 100,000. And I was surprised. But I got on here creating content that I enjoyed, that I felt was important for the people. And then my people found me. So not only do when you're thinking strategically about what do you want to do, what do you have to say, where are you going to be, know that if you show up with intention, people will find you. All you have to do is show up. People will start gravitating to you. And it's not anything you have to think extra hard about. It's really about consistency. Because I didn't do all these calls, please come watch my video, please come watch my video. But I was very consistent, and I talked about it, and I shared with other people, and I had call to actions in my videos. That is so important. So, when you're sharing content, you have to let people know also, what do you want them to do? What types of action do you want them to take, right? And then be able to have those resources available. Do you want them to, get on your email list? Do you want them to subscribe? Do you want them to like? Do you want them to share out your content? Do you want to give them, a freebie, something, that will be helpful or beneficial for them? Think about those things when you are creating content. And what is it that you could talk about? Nobody has to pay you. You don't even have to think about it. You will be so super comfortable talking about it. That I would say start there. So when you're leveraging social media, you're just getting started. And for a lot of people, it can be intimidating, especially if it's your first time doing it. Some people are shy. So what I would say is you don't have to start out in being uncomfortable. Talk about things that are important to you, causes that are important to you. Think about what are you an expert in or expert at. Those things come easy to you, and start sharing information about that, right? And maybe you are an entertainer, maybe you're an artist. You can simply start sharing those things, a work in progress, a day in the life of whatever it is that you're doing, and invite people to join you and watch as you are creating. There is no, I think, limit to what you can do. There's no one size fits all when it comes to creating content. It's really trial and error, testing it out, seeing what works for you, and then asking your audience. Invite your audience to give you feedback. And a lot of times they will give you feedback without you even asking. They will tell you, like, when you all watch these videos, you say, okay, I have a question. This is something that I'm struggling with. I have a challenge with it. This is something I really want to know about. You talked about this, but can, you expound on this area? What does that tell me? That tells me that I need to share more content related to that, because you have a challenge. There's a question you need to answer to. And what am I going to do? I'm going to create content that is going to help you solve your problem. So if you can just think that way, and when you're thinking about sharing content, that is really going to help you. So leveraging the platforms, let me go back, social media, pick your platform, focus on mastering that platform, focus on showing up with intention. How do you want to show up, and who do you want to show up for? I can't say enough. If I had gotten a hold of my target audience way back when, not that it doesn't change, but a lot of times we start doing things and we don't even know who we're targeting it to. And what you're doing, what you're selling, what you're delivering, what you're offering is not at all targeted to everybody. Because if you're targeting everybody, you are targeting nobody, right? And so you have to target the right people with the right message that is going to resonate with them. Okay. And so again, showing up online, making sure that you get your branding together. What do you want people to know about you? How do you want people to feel when they encounter you? So when you talk about showing up, that includes your branding. How are you showing up online, and making sure whatever platform you pick, that it is fully set up and configured so that it works for you and it works for the people. So they're not just going to a blank page, or they're not going to your page and they can't find any information about you. That first the banner that you see when you first go online, like on Facebook or on your YouTube channel or LinkedIn, there's a banner there. What does that say about you and what you do? What impact you're making for the people? Those things play a role. They're attention grabbing. There are things that you can do to attract, and there's things that you can do that detract. And sometimes people don't even have enough to tell their story where people even know about you, so they can build that know, like, and trust factor with you. But the more you keep showing up, the more people get to know you, the more they say, oh, I really like what this person is saying. I really can relate to what they're saying, and I'm going to follow that person. I'm going to engage with that person. Now let's talk more about content creation. Okay. So the content that we create is so important. And there are tools out here that can help you. I'm not going to go too much into the tools, but they can help you in your pursuit of creating content that is going to resonate with your audience. Okay. So tools that you can use, like ChatGPT, AI, that can really help you kind of outline, figure out what your topics are so you can build on that. You can use it to do research, and you can research with your audience. That is so important, because then they can tell you what it is that they want, and you can develop a series. It could be as short as long as you want. Right? You can make videos that 60 seconds long, and you can make videos that are 60 minutes long. I watch podcasts that are 2 and 3 hours. Okay. So, but you have to know your audience. Is your audience the type to sit down and watch or listen to a 3-hour video or podcast? Or are they does it resonate more with them to have more short form, maybe 15 minutes, right? Is more to their liking, or maybe reels or shorts where they getting like little, nuggets of information in 30 seconds or 60 seconds. You can play with all of these different things to see what is going to work for you. Now, for us, one of the things that I said I was going to do and I've committed to is being video heavy. So, and not only that, I've been working on finding a way to take our long form videos and create shorter video snippets, because there's so much value in our long form video. So we have a 45-minute to an hour video. I'm like, how can I break that up into maybe 30 miniature clips that are 30 seconds to 60 seconds, or maybe clips that are, 5 minutes long to 10 minutes long. And I hire people, and it was a struggle there, it was time consuming for them to do it. And then I attended an AI conference, and in that AI conference, the expert talked about a tool that she uses, and one of my groups, the leaders of one of my groups, uses to be able to quickly get out short form videos, right? And so I was like, let me look into it, because I had looked into another one, and it was very limited. But I tried this one, and I was like, oh my God, this is it. Like literally in like 30 seconds, let's say 60 seconds, I was able to just attach my link, and in like 60 seconds, it was able to produce 30 short video clips for me. And I can edit any way that I want. But not only did it edit the clips, It provided the captions for me. I was able to add a template, and it has built-in templates, but I wanted to add my own. And it has a description that I can leave as is or modify to my liking any way that I want to do it. I mean, for me, that was a game changer because it helps me to get more of my content out to the people that need it. Right, it helps me to save time, and it's also helping me to save money and work more effectively in my business. So I'm not spending hours and hours and hours trying to do this. Like literally, I think in a matter of like a week, I didn't do it all at once, but I have already scheduled out content across my platforms through August. And my goal is by the end of this month to have it all scheduled out through the end of December. And it's been very beneficial for me because I'm able to monitor this across my platforms, especially on YouTube. And I can see like more people are watching. And what else does this do? You have your regular followers, right? That you have, people that follow, subscribe, but you're also putting out content that maybe they're not following you, but you want to reach more people. Having video reels and shorts can really help you do that. And it's been able to help us do that. Because again, you have to understand when you're creating content that you have the mindset that your content is valuable, that this content is necessary, that someone needs what it is that you have to say. It doesn't matter what content you're delivering, whether it's text, whether it's an image, whether it's long form, whether it's in a blog, whether it's on social media, whether it's video content. You have to know somebody needs your content. Somebody is waiting for that. So they need it. So it's important to get it out in as many ways as you can. So another tip is repurposing your content. So that's an example of how I repurpose my content, right? But there's other ways to repurpose content. And one of the things that I ask and teach my team is to repurpose content because, again, that's not the only way. I can take that same video and create a blog or create an email campaign from that or create a Facebook post or multiple Facebook posts and Instagram posts in bold statements from one video, right? On the reverse, I can take a blog and create multiple forms of content, including taking the topic and creating a video or creating a video series. I can take a book that I have written. How many of you all have written a book? So many of you all have written a book. Do you know you could take that book and create multiple blogs? You can create multiple email campaigns from that book. You can create a video series. You can create a podcast series from that book. So maybe you're struggling to get sales, get more eyes on your book, or maybe you had a book, you got sales, and it just, went dormant. It's sitting on the shelf, but it's not really doing anything. Revive that thing. Repurpose that book. I mean, there's so many things that you can do with it. You can create so many tools and resources from that book. Another thing that you can do, and this is something I'm going to be working on, and when I was in that AI summit that they walked through, one of my peers, the instructor, the AI expert, had helped one of my peers write her book. And AI had helped another gentleman that is a multimillionaire take his podcast, and from his podcast episodes, write a book. I mean, so the power of content is so real. And I know you all have content out there. One of the greatest tips is to repurpose what you already have. A lot of you are sitting on content. It's in your Google Drive. It's in your OneDrive. Think of the content that you have. Go back in your drives and see what you have available and go repurpose that thing. Don't think that you have to start over from scratch. Even videos that you have published or content you have already published and put out, billions of people in the world, and billions of people have not seen that. You can take those same videos, repurpose them, retitle them, put a new thumbnail on them, right? and put it back out, and it may resonate in a different way than it did when you published that thing, one or 2 years ago, and it was valuable, because that happens too. That's why it's important to be consistent with your content. Some of the best content I have put out didn't have as many views. And it's like, oh my goodness, okay, how can I repurpose this content that's so valuable and get it back out to the people who need it? So these are some really good tips for you all to think of. I see you all out there. Thank you so much. And it doesn't matter the industry. Like Selena is in the travel industry. I know I said a few weeks ago that there were some industries that I rarely see content, people creating content on. And one of the industries I mentioned was travel agents. Myself and my friend we were just planning yesterday. We were comparing our flight arrangements for the Ghana trip we're taking in October. So this will be my third trip. I think my third trip to Ghana, third or fourth trip to Ghana. But I said, I wish that there were more travel agents sharing content. I rarely see content from travel agents. And billions of people travel on a daily basis. But there are a lot of things that people don't understand about travel, right? Or there's helpful things that you can do or share, content you can share to help them travel more easily. Right? Be more prepared, have everything that they need, maybe pack better, maybe know if they're new to traveling overseas, what to expect when they're traveling to a new country, what things that they need to have in place, like passports. You will be surprised at what people don't know. There's many people that have not ever been outside of their city, have never been outside of their state, but they want to. And they don't know what to do. They need a travel agent. That could be you. So it doesn't matter if you're a consultant, maybe you're taking something in your life, like you overcame a disease or an illness, and you want to impact, you want to share your testimony and how you were able to change your life with someone else. And now you want to help people. Many of my peers, that's how they started their business. Maybe you are really into fitness, health, and wellness, and you want to share those. You want to share fitness tools and techniques with people. This is the time to do it, because right now, more than ever, people are looking to get in better health, better shape. Maybe you have changed your diet, and that helped you, it changed your life. It transformed your life. You lost weight. You got healthier. Maybe you were immobile. Now you're mobile. You were having health issues. Now you're not. Share those things with your audience. And I'm telling you, people will gravitate to you. But the key is being consistent. The key is being consistent. Now, with all of the content you can share, the number one form of content that I recommend for right now is video content. I said that we are committed to being very heavy on video content, because video content gets more engagement than any form of content. Platforms that you're on, no matter what platform you're on, you will notice, if you pay attention, they push out more of your video content than any other content. And they're tracking your content. They're tracking how often you're posting, the quality of the content that you're posting, and they reward for quality of valuable content and consistency. And so I just shared this morning how I received a message from Facebook. So I've been a rising star. I share a lot of content across my social media channels. But they told me, and I knew this, they didn't have to tell me, but they told me. And it was a reminder that I haven't been sharing as much as I usually do. And they have taken notice, and there's insights. We'll talk about insights in just a minute. But they took notice. I'm like, wow, they took notice. I really need to get back on the ball here, because I've been focusing on building in these other areas, like I said in the video. And one thing about Facebook that they took away years ago is your ability to schedule on your profile from a third-party tool. You can do it now. Some of us, if you're in professional mode, You can do it, but you have to do it from the platform. But doing it from third-party tools makes it easier. Okay, it makes it easier for me. So I focus on my business pages rather than using those tools for my profile. Okay, but they told me this is, you need. We'd like you to pick it up. They reward that kind of content, and remember, it's free for you to share content on these platforms. So they sent that to me that night. I posted a video that went viral. You never know what content you post. Like I said, I posted stuff that, I wish it went viral, it didn't go viral. And other things that I'm like, that went viral? And it went viral. But it's consistency, and try different types of content. But I post what resonates with me, what I enjoy posting, what I'm an expert at. And I'm even thinking about, even far from business topics. And people always tell me, like, more and more on Facebook, I've been sharing about food. You can share content on any topic, and there's an audience for it. And I don't care how crazy you think it is or anybody else think it is. So don't think your topic, you may be thinking, oh, nobody will like this. Nobody will watch this. Nobody will pay attention to this content. Believe me, so there's an audience for it. And I'm getting more into sharing content about meals I'm making at home. So there's a lot of people making a lot of money just sharing cooking or making meals, recipes, meal planning, you name it. I'm also big on, like, my home and renovating, restoring my family home, and all the things that I have done to my home, right? And then creating content about that. So those are things that I'm thinking about strategically about putting out there. These are things that I enjoy. So it's not like I'm thinking, what I have to come up with something I don't like or I don't enjoy just to find an audience. No. What do you enjoy doing? What are you already doing? Just turn on the camera and start sharing it. You would be surprised. People cleaning, people just doing their own everyday thing, people just shopping. You tell me, what would you share? What content would you share? What topic would you share? Would it be something you're an expert at? Would it be something that you enjoy, like a hobby that you're doing? What is it? Maybe you like cars. Maybe you like gaming. These gaming content creators are killing it out here, including children. So while I'm sharing this with you all, I would invite you to share with your children, because the kids, they are killing it as far as content creation. And there's probably a lot that you can learn from them to apply to yourself. This is any business, any industry, or even if you don't have a business. This is your ability to start generating income just through creating content, valuable content, and content that is nothing for you to create. It's nothing for you to create, but video content is the thing. So if you're uncomfortable, again, with sharing, getting on video, I would say start. Do it in testing mode. Use, like, we use StreamYard. People ask me all the time, what do you use? We use StreamYard. StreamYard has a mode where you can test. You can record yourself. It won't go out into an audience, nobody, but you will see it. And you can review it. You can share it with somebody else to review it, to give you feedback on it. Some things that help you, I don't need them, but bullet points. Sometimes, depending on the topic, but usually I'm already good. But when you're starting out, and if you think you will just go all over the place and you want to really keep a focus on what it is you want to say, and you only have a short amount of time to do it, make yourself a few bullet points, key things that you want to share in the video. You will be surprised how quickly 5 minutes go by. I remember one of my peers a few years ago when I was helping him with his marketing for his book. And I said, you need to be going on tour. He didn't take a lot of my advice. He took some advice, but he didn't take a lot of my advice. His book would have sold a lot more had he taken my advice, because he should have went on tour with his story. But he was as smart and poetic as he was. he was afraid to go on, do an interview and go on live. And it was only a 10-minute, but he did it. So he got the courage, he did it, and he was great. And he was so surprised how quickly 10 minutes went. It's like it's really 1 minute, because you have all this to say and that time goes really quickly. So if you have that concern, again, do it, test it out, record yourself, record a video, then post it. But start posting videos, and even better, then build yourself up to share live video. Okay, live video. The bottom line is, too many of us, if you think that you're out here being seen enough, you're not. Even I'm not. As much as I'm seen, that's why I'm always coming up with more ways to get more visible and in front of the right people, the people that matter, right? Because we're into building community. We are building a community. So again, you have to think about, what is it that you want? What is it that you want your digital marketing to be for you? What are your goals? We are creating a community here, like at She Boss Talk. So what are you trying to do? So you have to be really clear on that. Who are you trying to do it for? And then leverage the tools that are available to you. And what I would say is leverage these tools and monetize them. So while you're working on your strategy for your business and how you're going to leverage it to make more money, increase your sales, make a more impact, doing this is going to help you make money directly from the platforms, because the platforms are paying you. I've said this in other videos. The platforms are free, and then they're paying you for your digital content. So like I'm saying, you go share your content, you're giving your helpful tips on whatever area or industry, or you're showing the day in the life of, like, your life on the road. Like, we've helped a lot of truck drivers, and truck drivers may think, what am I going to share? What you do, your life, what you seeing on the road, turn that camera on. I'm sure you all see a lot when you're driving on the road. Like, if you're a traveler, if you're flying and you're traveling all over the place, start sharing videos of you traveling through the airport and restaurants you go to. If you're in a restaurant, start sharing about what you're doing at the restaurant. Start sharing customer reviews and customer engagement, those types of things. But start sharing video more and more and more. And I can guarantee you, you're going to see results in doing it. Again, the number one thing is to be consistent. That's what helped us to be able to grow our audience across the board. I have stayed consistent across the board. Right? And you determine what consistency looks like to you, how often you show up. If you have a busy schedule and you're in corporate America and you can't go live or share a video, 5 days a week, just be consistent and sharing it once a week, and then you can build up from there. Okay? Now, tools, StreamYard, I use Opus Pro. So I don't remember if I mentioned that. Opus Pro is what I use. It's in the description of this video, to create my snippets from my videos. Another tool we have is our YouTube Masterclass. So many of our peers are they're saying they're leaving platforms or not leaving platforms, but really giving more of their attention to YouTube. If you look across these platforms like Instagram, TikTok, where people do very well on TikTok, TikTok was set up for short form video. They since expanded to longer form video. Why? Thanks for asking. They're trying to compete with YouTube. Okay? So many of those content creators, I say 90+%, have a YouTube channel that they redirect their TikTok fans to their YouTube, because that YouTube has more content. It has longer form content than what they get in a 1 minute snippet of a video. But now on TikTok, you can share 10 minutes, right? So really think about what it is that you want to do. Also, the analytics. Not only can you poll your audience, ask your audience for feedback, like in our videos, and all of our content, but especially in our videos, we go and we look at the comments. What are people saying? What are they asking? What are they challenged with? If you can't come up with ideas, let that give you the idea. Follow what they're asking you to do. A lot of times we try to do what we want to do instead of what our audience is asking for from us. So give the audience what they are asking for, and you're going to see more results because you're giving them what they're asking for. And when you give it to them, they get results. What are they going to do? They're going to share it with more people. Right? And that's what you want. You want more people to share your content. Okay? Let's make money from these platforms that we are on. Just about every platform allows you to make money from these platforms. Every single one of them. And there's no limit to the income that you can make. So let's talk about analytics. All of the platforms have amazing analytics. YouTube, I think, and Facebook have some of the best ones. Instagram has analytics, but they have analytics that they're limited. So again, and they're for a shorter period of time. For us, a lot of times we need to see, like, okay, what do we do over the course of the year? We want to know more than what we did last month, right? Or in the quarter. So you have to know what the platforms are offering and look at their analytics. Facebook has really great analytics as well. I haven't really tapped into TikTok's analytics, but I know they have analytics. And analytics can give you a lot of great information that can really help you with your tightening up your strategy with the content that you are creating and what you are giving to the people. The analytics will tell you what more people are gravitating to. The analytics will give you demographics. It can tell you if women are more engaged with your videos, if men, if your audience is in a particular age group, or what age groups that are really tuning in and engaging with your content. Analytics would tell you what times of day that your audience is online and more engaged, right? We use that to really give us information so that we can strategically post at times that people are available. Now, my live show, my live show is when I'm available, right? And I've had people like in the past, why don't you do it later and this and that? You have to know what content you're sharing. Now, live video is always available. We never delete it. It's always on replay. So I do the live when I'm available, but people can watch at any time that they are available at their convenience. That's the great thing about it. So why I mentioned that when you're creating content, don't delete your content. Because people were deleting their content. I'm like, why are you creating lives like a Facebook Live, right? Or YouTube Live, and you're deleting it? Don't delete your content. You never know who is going to see that video. Somebody may see it next year. And you never know who's going to see your video and then who is going to engage with you, want to do business, want to partner with you, want to collaborate with you. It happens all the time. Don't delete that video. And deleting it means that then you're not able to repurpose it. So think about when you're creating content, how can you then repurpose that content to get it to more people and to also save you time? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just use what you already have. And then let the data speak to you. So you have to learn what the data, not only be able to see the data, but either you or your team needs to understand what the data is saying. And then be able to take that data and then adjust your strategy accordingly. That's what I say about my team, because I'm actually hiring another team member. We lost several team members and brought on some, and some didn't work out. But this is something that's really important. You have to understand the data, be looking at it. We don't just, put out content just to put it out. It has to be with intention. When everything, I don't care if it's a one-word post. Why are you posting that? What do you hope it will do for you or the people that it's going out to? What message are you sending? Why are you doing it? Are you looking to inspire someone, empower? Are you looking to, help build your community? What is it that you're looking for people to do? We have goals. So make sure that you have goals set for yourself when it comes to content marketing, and that you're tracking the goals and tracking performance, because we're always adapting and adjusting our content. And now we don't wait a year to do it. It's like, okay, this is not really, they're not really resonating with them. They're not liking this. An example of that is on Facebook, we have like these colorful backgrounds where you put a short statement, questions, or whatever, quotes, and people more resonate with that on Facebook than images, in my opinion and in my experience. And so when we have people come on that were just posting a whole lot of posts with images, I'm like, that does not resonate with everyone. So you could take that same post with the image and post it with no image and get a whole other response. You can take a short form post and turn it into a long form post and get a different response. You can take a post with just text and add a video and get another response. It's just testing it. Everybody absorbs content differently. It's just learning how your audience absorbs content and what content that they engage with, and doing more of that. Okay. I can go on and on and on forever. Again, we have a whole series where we're talking about 17-part series throughout the summer into the fall, where we're talking about marketing, sales, funding, all the things that are going to help you make a greater impact and build wealth. That's why we're in entrepreneurship. That's why we have a business. So if that is what you need, that's what you want, I invite you to subscribe. If you've been enjoying our content, subscribe to us, follow us, right? Because we share so much free content here that is so helpful, that will be helpful to your business, because we want to get people out of the struggle mode, right? Online marketing is where it's at. Digital marketing in the online space. Even if you have a brick and mortar, and you are losing money if you don't have some type of digital presence. I've seen people get turned around. They were making no sales, and all of a sudden they blow up on social media. An influencer will talk about them, do a review on their restaurant, and now they have lines out the door. So it's a very real thing. Social media, content creation, the digital marketing. And these are things that you can do for free. But there are also things that you can do on a budget, that you need to invest in, money in. But I'm here to say that you don't have to have a lot of money to be able to be effective with your digital marketing efforts and get results through those efforts. Now, later I could talk about ads. I was going to talk about ads, but that's something we've been even challenged with. Most of all the sales that we've gotten is through organic marketing. So I want to get you there first before you go into the digital ads. That's when you already have exhausted your organic marketing, right? You've done those efforts. Now you want to get a new audience. But you can be successful organically without paying for ads, the Google ads, Facebook ads, LinkedIn ads. By taking these steps, implementing these strategies, and really getting consistent, being committed to the process, knowing what value you have to offer, and just showing up and showing out for your audience. Know that if you show up, your audience will then show up for you. Okay. Now, again, if you have any questions, leave them for me. I will circle back. Resources are in the video description. And then what we're going to do with this video, more people need to see it. So after you share it, we're going to turn it into clips, really break it down into clips. So again, bite-sized people, so more people can get this information and make their business a success. So here's to online marketing, success in the online space. Get committed to online marketing for your business. Use the tools and strategies that I gave you. Come back and report to us how it's working for you, because I know if you're committed to it, you're going to be successful. As always, continue to be the boss with amplified impact, and have a great day.